We got an exciting video today. Pat Maroon goes on the Overdrive show and he brings up the Leafs media once again. Once again, the talk is not the Leafs team sucks because of construction, because of coaching, because of the players. Nope, it sucks because of the media. Now, I'm going to watch this video, keep pausing it with you, go over it. I got some points to address, but I can't believe that this is like such a common talking point now after Kachuk and Marchand. Like Marchand started bringing it up last year, and then he brought it up with Marner, and then he just keeps digging the grave for the Leafs and their fans and the media, blaming the fans and media more than the actual team is hilarious. And now it's really reached a point where every player is just the mindset is like, well, I have to go hide in a market with no fans because fans and media is all bad. Yet they accept all the perks of the positive side and they only want the positives. But let's get into this now and I'll talk
One
more.
is it's tough. So I think honestly, at the end of the day, it's just putting your work boots on, just going to work. Kind of weeding out the noise and weeding out everything else, and just take the structure out of the game and just go.
So you're weeding out the noise. So you understand that, as being a professional athlete, you got to weed out the noise. You don't need to listen to a bunch of random people online talking about you and talking about your play style like you're the one in the NHL. So you understand that you should not be listening to media or anyone posting online.
Go play hard. Um, it's tough. I mean, being a Leafs fan and proudly playing for the Leafs, a lot of pressure on those guys, and I think you can see it too. And I know we can all sit there and say it doesn't bother people. For sure, it does. At the end of the day, as players, you read articles, and I know you guys did too when you.
You read articles. So this is another thing. I mean, yes, you can't avoid like all the posts online. You don't why are you reading articles? Like for what reason do you need to get gassed up and said you're this amazing player? Like you should already have that confidence. You're in the NHL. Why are you looking for like why would you be even reading articles? I don't understand. But
Played. So as
that's
much as
digging
you
your
can
own
say we
grave, in
don't,
my opinion.
I think it does spiral sometimes in the room, and reading too much or getting caught up in the wrong stuff.
And that's
Patty,
at
when
your
you
own
say like
fault.
there's
They should have employees working that therapists and employees that are hired by the team to help address this situation that in today's society, these athletes can't be like online searching their own name, searching for articles. You can't be looking for that fuel and then complain about it.
there, it's almost like when you said this pressure. Do you think there's any more pressure playing in Toronto than there is for the Tampa Bay Lightning or the St. Louis Blues?
There's not 25 media people in your room every day.
Wow, what a take. Oh, well, there isn't 25 media people. Who cares? Who's the media in your room? Like, if you're scared about having a bad game because of people standing there with a mic, that is insane to me that you wouldn't just like that has nothing to do with the game. When you go out there on the ice, you're not sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, they're gonna ask me a question." Like, how does that have anything to do with playing good, bad, focusing on the game? You're a professional athlete, you have to focus on the game. I don't understand. Obviously, the media is not fun, but that doesn't make you lose. That's a cop out.
In Tampa, there's 4 people that walk in your room every day.
And
I
that's a
think the
good thing.
standards high
How
in
does
those.
that affect
And
pressure?
Dog can't believe it. That doesn't affect
I just
pressure.
think the
Dog
articles
can't
and
even
stuff like
believe it.
that and
The
stuff that's
articles
out
and
there.
stuff, the stuff
At the end
that's
of the day,
out
there's
there.
pressure everywhere you play. You're as
Yeah,
a professional
it's a
athlete,
professional
you guys
athlete.
lived
Everyone's
it.
on the
You
same
have pressure
level.
every single day to perform and be at your best every single night.
There's more criticism for
Unfortunately,
some
you're not
people,
going to
but it
have your
doesn't mean you have
best
to
every
look
single
for it.
night. And listen, if your A game's not your A game, then how do you find your B and C game? And how do you grind yourself out to get to
Dog
your
can't even
game? And
believe it.
everyone sees everyone's great, but it's high. You're performing for yourself, but your teammates too.
You're performing for yourself and your teammates, exactly, and your fans. But you're not like well, I don't understand the whole it's the media. You're perform like you should want to play your best and practice your hardest for your teammates, for your brothers next to you. Like it has nothing to do with, oh my God, is this random reporter gonna write something on a website that a couple hundred people can see or whatever it is. It's like, why does that even matter, really?
And I think sometimes I can get in the way with it if, there's a lot of social media now. People post stuff and
Social media is
about
awful.
you
It's
and sometimes about
negativity
there's
for
so much
sure,
more out
but
there
that's everywhere.
that when you go on your social media accounts, you read stuff, and I think that
You
can
do
get you
accidentally
too.
read some stuff, but
That's just my
that's
personal opinion.
anywhere.
I don't know. I'm not speaking for.
Even if you're in a market with that's like a small market, you're gonna get fed on your For You page stuff about you. It's whether you're in a different city, it's like whatever team you're in and whatever spot you're in, you're fed your own information. If you play for the Ottawa Senators and you're a player there, you'll get fed posts about you and posts about the Senators, and you think, wow, everyone's talking about us. If you're in Florida, you'd get the same thing about them. It's like I don't get it. But here's a take by a girl named Rachel who worked in the NHL before. She said if you said this anywhere near a European soccer team, you'd be laughed out of the room. Hockey players are baby soft when it comes to the media. If answering questions for 5 minutes a day is an issue, you don't need to be getting seven figures to pay a child to play a child's game. And that is 100% right. 100% right. The scrutiny that other sports face, hockey's at the lowest of the big sports. Hockey's at by far the lowest. They would be laughing if if you walked up to any NFL player, like any market in the NFL, the lowest markets, the smallest markets in the NFL are bigger than the big ones in the NHL. Same thing with the soccer overseas. And like NFL teams, the kicker who missed it in the last playoffs, kicker missed a game tying kick and he got like his whole entire family got death threats. It's like that extreme happens way more in other sports. Like hockey is the least that it would have an effect on. And I mean, that's just insane that you can go on and talk about this. And who is this guy like to be talking like this? Yes, he let's look at his stats here. He did play in Edmonton for a little. He did play a couple seasons in Edmonton. He wasn't facing the like intense scrutiny. He had his best years in Edmonton. What do you mean pressure? Like you had McDavid, you were getting the attention. Edmonton's not a huge market, but with McDavid, it is. And he had his best years there. Edmonton has made to the cup final a couple years in a row, so close to winning the cup. What do you mean like the media is the issue? Like if you play bad, you'll get scrutinized. If you play good, you'll get praised. No one wants to talk about the best effects of it. They only want to talk about the worst effects that come with playing for bigger markets. And like you're a professional athlete. That's the difference between being an athlete and a professional athlete. You're a professional. You learn how to deal with this stuff. It's unfair some of the scrutiny, but it's usually based on the actual sport and not your personal appearance or whatever. It should be. But you're a professional athlete. You have to deal with every job that's in the spotlight that gets millions of dollars and all these millions of followers and all this like you live the high lifestyle. Well, it comes with this as well. Like you can't just take the highs without the bads, and that's just how it works, really. I mean, do you want to retire and become an alumni and have a legacy? You look at Ty Domi. You think if Ty Domi played for the Florida Panthers, you think anyone would be saying his name ever again? He's still praised in the city, beloved in the city, and he was like a third, fourth line fighter. Like that, I just really don't see how you can only pull out the negatives and try to chase everyone out of Canada and any big markets. It's not just Canada, it's the Rangers, any big market in the States. There's many of them, like Chicago Blackhawks. If Bedard doesn't even, if he wins like one first round in his next decade, he's going to be facing the same scrutiny that Austin Matthews and Marner were facing last year. Like, I don't know. It's a subject that I hate that people go into. I mean, it has an effect on players for sure, but there's the positives and the negatives, and people only choose to take the negatives. You know, you want these millions of dollars, you want people to care about the sport. You This has to come with people wanting to care about it. It's an entertainment business. People aren't just watching it because it's a sport. It's a child's game. That the whole reason people care is because they get to know you, the storylines and years in history. and all these people talking about it and the fandom that comes with it. That's what brings all the money, the fame. Like you get to live the high life, never work a day in your life outside of this, all because of the media of the NHL. So that's what I got. Let me know down below what you think about Pat Maroon's comments and all comments on this topic. I'm sure it'll not be the last. Thank you for watching. Potato out.